Welcome to episode 21 of Let's Play Civilization 3, Play the World, the Colonization map. Now, as you remember, we just defeated the Greeks and completely conquered them. Now, I had a request to show the histograph in the last video, so I'm going to show these statistics first, then I'm going to jump over and show the histograph. As you can see, we've really pulled ahead in recent turns, especially with our conquest of the Greeks. Our culture isn't all that high compared to other countries, but that's because our priorities have not been involved with building culture all that much. But that's alright. So now that the Greeks have been conquered, we are in a new age of unprecedented peace and growth. It was earlier this very turn in which we completed our conquest by taking Corinth, so there's still wounded troops around. So we'll still have to do a little bit of sorting out, getting them into place. But then one of the next main focuses for that part of the country will be to get the Greek territories to become assimilated into the Babylonian way of life. And with every citizen that they'll grow from now on, it will be a Babylonian citizen, not a Greek. Wonder who the Chinese were fighting there. I find it unlikely the Germans could have landed troops down there, so I imagine it was probably barbarians. Now two other things that I want to focus on now that we have this age of peace. One is to build more workers, so that way we can build more railroads and irrigate more land and just develop everything that we have, especially in the old world. And the second thing I want to work on is building hospitals, because as you remember, that's the key to getting cities that are size 12, or above size 12, I should say. So that's another very important priority for our empire. Alright, looks like this ship has arrived where it was sent to go. But before I settle them, I'm going to upgrade all these pikemen into riflemen. 16 of them. Very expensive, but it's going to be worth it to have all those more advanced units. Alright, I'm going to put you guys right here. Looks like a pretty good spot. Don't want that city to build the Forbidden Palace. I'm always a bit stingy when it comes to building the Forbidden Palace. I wait for a while and then I try to put it in the middle of my new territories. So I want to hang on to that for now. Alright. Interesting. Mutual Protection Pact between China and Korea. I gotta do something about those barbarian galleys at some point. Well, Athens, the former capital, has built a library. I'm going to have them build a worker. One thing I'm going to do with a lot of the more important cities is set the workers to automate in that city only, so that way they might grow more quickly. Oop, I guess China has roped the Koreans back into war. If I remember correctly, the Koreans and the Germans were at war at some point, but signed a peace treaty. And as you can see, no German cities have been taken since the last video. So, it's a very static war at this point. They're pretty much fighting over the same territories, not really losing or gaining anything, which is a-okay by me. I don't want anyone getting too powerful here. Alright. Gotta build some more workers in the New World because, as can be expected in most colonies, it is very underdeveloped. And one of my priorities for the colonies is to build them a road network in which all their cities are connected. Therefore, resources are shared, units can move quickly for defense, and it's just generally a better thing to have your land developed. So, it's an important thing for the colonies. Because remember, at this point, our mainland is still the most primal part of our empire, but someday, the colonies might have the bulk of our industrial productivity. Well, we have a new city here. I think it's called Elbs. Elbs. Okay. I can live with that. So, everyone's moving around. Send that ship back. When it gets back to the city on the island, I forget its name, they'll probably I'll probably have them build a new settler, because that city for some reason seems to be very quickly growing. Alright, Sparta, it's time for you to build a temple. And it's hard to believe, but the city of Ashur has never built anything cultural. So, we'll have them build a library. It's mainly because I've been using them as a staging ground for my war operation, or my settling operations, I should say. Well, the people, they love me. And what can I say? I conquered them a new stretch of territory. Of course, they're going to award me with a bigger palace. Now, recently, there was a snowstorm in the Babylonian Empire. The entire empire, both the mainland and the colonies, were covered in like 3 feet of snow. And I, as the ruler of Babylon, had to shovel out the entire empire, all by myself. So, I'm a little bit sore from doing that, but that's alright. I want the roads of my empire to be clear of snow, so that commerce and troop movements can continue. Yes. Alright, it looks like we have a good number of workers there building our roads. And that guy's making his way back. I'm really curious what those English were doing, because I don't remember them being at war with the Germans. I might be wrong. It's been a while. The people want communism, but I say no. No communism for you. Alright, time to build a... What do I want? Another rifleman, I think. Because I might want that city to help settle other cities as well. No, I don't want a granary, I want a barracks. Yeah, I'm very happy how the growth of my empire has been going. Build a temple there. Eventually, all these captured Greek cities, I want to put riflemen inside. But for now, I think the cavalry will do just fine. Build aqueduct, and you build a road all the way up there. Because, like I said, I want to expand upon the colony's road network and connect all these cities. So far, most of the cities down there aren't hooked up to anything. What do the Ottomans want to talk about? Remember, they have a pretty good area in technology, but they're not very advanced. See, they're still in the Middle Ages, for that matter. But there's nothing I can really, or that they can really give me that I want. So I pretty much send them away empty-handed. Germany and China have signed a peace treaty. Now, I don't think that will last too long, because if you remember, the Chinese and the Koreans just signed a mutual protection pact, which means the second a Korean and a German troop interact, it's going to bring the Chinese right into the war. Right all over again. And it cycles like that that keep these wars going and going, and will probably eventually spell the doom for Germany, as they'll be stuck in war with various people. Alright, building an aqueduct up there. Why not? That's a good idea. Most of the food from those cities are going to come from the sea because of the mountainous terrain. But they'll probably be very productive cities. So, some new workers. Like I said, I like roads to be built. So, build a road up there so Nimrod is connected, and then build it up to that city that was up there. I forget its name. Well, we're looking pretty good. So, I will see you all next time for episode 22, in which we will continue our colonization. So long, everyone.